I have a second question for you related to the first one.
Okay.
If the ballot initiative were to fail, can we be certain that the I-11 Kingman Crossing, Rancho Santa Fe will be built? And why? How would we be assured that the money will be used as promised as the second one?
Well, if the tax initiative were to succeed, I don't see where we could cut costs to fund projects, capital improvement projects or roads. That's one of, I don't think anyone's going to argue with the fact that the roads are bad. We can all pretty much agree on that. With the initiative, 0.5 of the increase is going to go directly for pavement preservation, and we're going to do our best to make sure that it stays in that arena. But studies have been showing that in the last 10 years, I think in 2012, one of the years in the last 10 years, the city has spent $0 on pavement preservation for the whole year, and it's been pretty low, whereas surrounding cities have spent millions. I believe Bullheads was 2.3 million. Don't quote me on that. I guess it's on the record, so I'm just gonna be more general terms. Over 2 million, and I believe Havasu last year was over 5 million, and I believe we were in the $700,000 range, which is significantly lower. We can't maintain that. Something needs to give. If this initiative were to go through, it would be difficult to fund either project. I know that there has been, KRMC has come out with proposition to the city to do this deal, but even that, when I first entertained this option, I spoke with Brian Turney, and one of the things that we discussed was the sale of the land that the city owns, and the potential cost of the interchange and the infrastructure and the connecting roads and these things. And he said that if we were to sell him the city's land, we could use that land, the land sales, to offset the cost of the infrastructure and the connecting roads. And the projected cost at the time was 21, I believe it was 21 million for the interchange itself, and 21 million approximately to build the connector roads and the infrastructure. Well, talking to Brian Turney about the land sales and what he thought it might go for at the current rate, and what compared to what the KRMC just purchased, it would go for about the same, which would be between 5 and 6 million. Now the problem is, if the city were to enter into that deal without the increased TPT tax rate, we're still deficient. If for example the land is sold at 6 million, and it costs 21 million for the infrastructure and for the connecting roads, we're still deficient. I don't know. I went to law school, not math school, but $16 million. That's an issue. In and of itself. I don't know how the city is going to come up with those funds, unless we were to cut back on other things that we're currently doing, other services that the city's providing. I think our biggest costs right now is fire and police, which are in the council's recent discussions. Those are the two organizations that are kind of holding their own, that are really excelling. So we would have to cut back somewhere else, and I don't know if we have the means or capacity to do that.